Him. It's only a month. Waifu. Burger King? Of all places! I don't know how to feel about this. How does it feel, society, to know that in 40 years from now, your president is going to be someone who grew up around meme culture? This will be our president's tweets. If not then, definitely probably in the next 5 years. You can go up to people in real life and ask them for rumors like an Oblivion, and they'll actually respond. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's like the perfect social media content to create. Just like maybe blur their face and voice or something in case it can be tracked back down to them. Yeah, I did this stuff in 2015 when I went to the PNW, and that stuff was literally freaking Oblivion. I walked into a beer bar and asked some dude, "What rumors have you heard?" And he told me about a dude who went missing hiking to a nearby volcano. Like, what the frick? Okay, that right there is obviously a side quest to find the missing hiker. Hope you're prepared to fight lava golems. No successful book has ever been improved by making it into a movie. It is always worse, without exception. Neo! Wake up from your comfy office job and active social life. You're a human battery, Neo. Come live in a cave with us and eat porridge slop, Neo! Held up the grocery line because the card reader couldn't read my Apple Watch. Elderly man behind me.
Let's move this along, future boy.
Hey, you know what, old man? You have a valid point. It's so funny how Santa only gives presents to good kids, but the Easter Bunny is like, I don't give a schmeat what you did. I just need to offload these freaking eggs. That is the Easter Bunny's business strategy. See, he does a big run selling them in stores and groceries in the months leading up to Easter. Then on the day of, to try and get some profit back and a tax deduction of sorts, he just dumps his product in other people's backyards and houses. That way he can state it as theft and get a good insurance claim as well. That's right, kids. Forget following Andrew Tate for your scammy business strategies. Follow the Easter Bunny instead. Sometimes I think being a girl is so unfair, and then other times I have 27 consecutive orgasms. That does sound great, but then on the other hand, periods. As tempting as it is to experience consecutive little deaths like that, I think I'm good having someone just smack a baseball bat into my crotch once a month. I've been thinking a lot about IRL podcasts. Bring a few friends together. No mics, nothing is recorded. Have a freeform discussion and can even have food and drinks. Has anyone tried this? Wow, Tech Bro just discovered hanging out. This is 90% of tech bro stuff these days. You can't even call it innovation. It's just find something that people already do or is already being done. Find a different way to do it, then spend millions trying to persuade everyone that this is revolutionary and it's gonna change everything. Being a human rules. I can look up at a beautiful starry night sky and know just enough about what I'm seeing to experience panic. Oh, the knowledge of the world at your fingertips, and all you get is anxiety. Dear the future, we do not ask for Wi-Fi in our appliances. We do not need it. It does not improve our lives. We do not want to have to connect to apps and passwords before we can just turn on our goddamned new ovens. We want buttons and knobs and things that work. Please oblige. Yeah, it's all just about collecting as much data as possible from you. Use the Wi-Fi smart home app so we can track how you use our product and how to better advertise to you. What's that, your personal data that we might also collect unintentionally? Well, we'll just sell that off to other companies for profit. After all, it's not technically illegal if we don't get caught. You know what? Sure, Peggle, make phone calls. Who gives a schmidt anymore? This is a great example. Just why? When? How? What purpose? I wish there was some ability to report apps that do this. Like, there is no part of the game here that requires you to use your phone. Well, I mean, like, obviously the phone itself, but like to make calls is what I mean. You know what I meant. Shut up. I ordered pizza. My husband hitting on me. And it's working! Ooh. The Weather Bureau warns of a cat meteor shower occurring today, providing photos of last year's similar incident. How do they make uncomfortable places look so comfortable? I hate boob pics! Don't send me any! Notes suggesting context to be shown with the post. Context. The poster, in fact, does not hate boobs and would like you to send pictures of them. It's a trap. Source? It's just the Wikipedia article for mail. Is this note helpful? Technically no, because it is so obvious everyone would know this. A study of Arkansas's new school voucher program showed that 95% of the applicants were already in a private school. Their parents now receive a coupon coupon for tuition. That is so generous of these people to volunteer to fund the next bunch of new school vouchers that will be available for people who actually deserve it. Good on them. That is so nice of them to volunteer like that. A guy just pulled a knife on me at a 7-Eleven while I was eating a cookie, and he said, "You got a problem?" And I said, "No, I'm eating a cookie." And he just told me to go back to my car, and I feel like I just rolled a natural 20. I just ran into Liz Uzi. Why does it look like he met you? Because he's just that appreciative of his fans. I have felt uncomfortable before, but we were just passed by a slow-moving hearse and funeral cars. My son is dressed as the Grim Reaper. He freaking waved! My boyfriend took me to get undies and he wanted to embarrass me, so he said real loud, "I can't wait to rip these off with my teeth." And I replied with, "Seriously, you need to stop. You're my brother." I won. Microwaves should have a get butter to room temperature without melting button. Or, you could heat it for a little bit and then take it out to sit outside of the microwave. I mean, just because you took it out of the microwave doesn't mean it's no longer heating up or being heated. Do you understand science? My kid said being a grown-up must be awesome because you can eat junk food and no one makes you get up in the morning and you don't have to take showers if you don't want to, and I didn't want to ruin it for them by explaining that they're describing depression. The popcorn/vomit bowl is also the Halloween candy bowl. I don't make the rules. That is so nice to know. Thank you for informing us. We will make sure to avoid your house next time. Though, I mean, definitely too late now. What movie would be made the funniest by having Samuel L. Jackson show up at the end to recruit the main character to the Avengers Initiative? I'll go first. Psycho. Okay, no, this is actually a fun game we should play in the comments here. I want to see everyone's opinions and attempts at this. For me, I'd say Donnie Darko. Hey, you white teenage boy who fantasizes about a bunny rabbit. We need you. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen challenges Teamsters leader Sean O'Brien to a physical fight, standing up midway through a Senate Help Committee hearing. Chair Bernie Sanders repeatedly attempts to break them up. You're a United States Senator, for God's sake! Looks like someone took a little too much extra dosage of their gender-affirming care this morning. The joke there being that anyone who takes testosterone boosters are practicing gender-affirming care. I don't care if it's for your gains, brah. You're trying to look more masculine and male. And that's okay, man. You do with your body what makes you happy, you know? Legit call from the school. Principal, I just wanted to touch base with you. Your daughter was baiting seagulls into the playground with gummy worms and actually caught one, like in her arms. It did bite her, not hard, but I needed to inform you that we filed an incident report. I don't know what it says about your daughter with that, but somehow, somewhere, your daughter is going places. I joined Costco today to buy one item. Just
one item.
I didn't even make it past the first display on the other side of the welcome door. Toothpaste, the kind I like. $25 for 5 packs. Again, I only came for one item. I left with $500 worth of items. Oh, and they sell gas. The line was so long it looked like what I see when I'm covering a hurricane and the storm is about to make landfall and people are scrambling to get the last bit of fuel. Like, is Costco giving it away for free? The shopping cart was so big I could have slept in it. I pulled into the parking lot and thought there was a concert I wasn't aware of. I needed to get in and out. I was in there for an hour and 20 minutes. This is not normal behavior. I get this might just be a plant by Costco to encourage people to memify the idea of how just amazing and extravagant Costco is with products and how you'll just want to buy anything you see. But that honestly sounds like a hellscape for anyone trying to have any sense of control and discipline. Hey, have a habit and tendency to dawdle and take up more time doing things than you need to? Well, why not come to this place where you will definitely do that? Gmail is reportedly working on emoji reactions for emails. Imagine you send in your resume and get a back. This might be extremely white of me, but I'm kind of all for that. The ability to just thumbs up a response to an email just to say, yep, got what you said, cool. Oh, the time you'd save.
My artwork shows that when President Trump and Taylor Swift join forces, the young folks will come together to make sure we forever remain an American first country. Hashtag Swifters for Trump, eh? Hey kids,
Hey, you fellow kitty roos.
Look, I'm even implying that they're a married couple. Because, I think us older men should have access to those sort of women. Yeah.
God damn, bro. How can you go out of your way to make Taylor Swift look as young and youthful and beautiful as possible, and then you do that to Trump? It is a shame, because that's genuinely, I mean, aside from the faces, good artwork, at least from the mind of someone who has extremely little understanding of art and technique. Point is, I'm trying to say you have wasted potential. I hope you're not proud of that, honestly. You need to be shamed. Learn to be better. Every single person who doesn't support a universal healthcare system thinks that some people who get sick and can't pay deserve to die. That's just how it is. Sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. But where is the lie? You know, paying $8 for a blue check is a way cheaper way of letting the world know that you're a simp. Wow, it's amazing how just by adding an object that doesn't look like it fits right, it suddenly turns from advanced electric vehicle to Mad Max dump truck. A new idea for economy seating on aircraft could prove controversial. I think I'd rather be put in the luggage hold than have to sit on a plane like this. There is no way this is an actual thing. This literally is taking up more space. I mean, look at all that space behind the people facing the others. That could be a space for people's feet, but no, instead you have to play footsie with some strangers. Best of luck not being opposite someone who's into touching feet. Ladies, if you go to a man's house and the only games he has are Quad and 2K, don't sleep with him. You deserve someone who plays open world RPGs, because those guys know all about exploring every corner of a cave to find that precious loot. They're also less likely to say GG afterwards. Thinking about opening a bakery where everything is specifically made without love. It's got Dunkin' Donuts and I love it. Finally, food that's tasty and relatable. Las Vegas Sphere reports $98.4 million loss. CFO quits. God damn. Look, points for being innovative. I'm surprised they lost so much money though. How did they lose some? Oh, I see. You'll take on anyone to advertise, won't you? Why are vampires always wealthy in movies? Like, how do they make a living, Lamau? If you've been alive since 1892 and still broke, just step into the sun. To be fair, there is a difference between being a vampire and being a time traveler. Also, I feel that you can only excel at a career for so long before you have to quit because people are getting a bit too suspicious. Unless you spend a lot of your income developing just gradual prosthetics that you just attach on every couple of decades. See? I'm old. Don't touch my skin. Disney characters' names explained. Simba means lion in Swahili. Nemo means no one in Latin. That guy means friend in Swahili, and Woody means ekp in English. Someone asked to share my table at a coffee shop and then asked me to leave the table because they had a meeting? Am I in an episode of Seinfeld? That is gotta be an ultimate power move. Take note of that, people. Next time you're in public and someone asks to share your space, just hiss at them. Hiss and screech at them until they go away. I just ordered a vodka Baja Blast at a Taco Bell that serves alcohol, and look at the freaking cup they gave it to me in. Okay, at what point does it no longer be a cup? It's just a tube. That looks like something you put as a decoration in the house, not something you drink from. I swear companies will do anything to fool you into thinking you're getting a tall, decent amount of drink. So what if it's only like 3 centimeters in diameter? It's really long, so that makes it a big drink. How old were you when you learned the bottom drawer of the stove is for keeping food warm? There's a bottom drawer? No, hang on. No, I gotta check this.
2,000 years later.
Okay, I'm back. Lies! There's never existed. You are Nelson Mandela affecting me right now. I bake my potatoes in there. It takes 6.5 days. What? Why not use the oven? FDA issues warning about black licorice for Halloween. They said in an official statement, totally legit, don't question it. It tastes like... When you're texting a dude and he seems into the convo, initiating, asking questions, but takes like 25 minutes to respond to you each time, and you're like, what the fuck does this mean? What are these games? They're video games. He's texting you in between rounds of video games. That right there is top-tier multitasking skill. Well, that didn't take long. Trump violates gag order, lashes out at New York Attorney General Letitia James, and posts link to her home address. Wow, dude just straight up doxed her. Shame you don't work with YouTube, buddy. You could have gotten away with that.
Oh, hell no.
GTA 6 to cost between $1 to $2 billion, making it the most expensive game of all time. Waited 10 years for a game I'll never be able to afford afford. Gutted is an understatement. Don't worry, it's not the game you won't be able to afford, it's the microtransactions you're going to be pressured into buying.
Do they what?
Question number 15. Does your character milk themselves while they run? Yes, no, don't know, probably not.
Probably yes. Is it a yes? Is it a yes?
My favorite Halloween merch is skeletons of things that have no bones. Wow! Screw science, eh? To be fair, that does actually make it more frightening. Like, they're just not even of this world. They're basically eldritch beings. Me. How many chicken nuggets do you want tonight? 7-year-old.
100.
Me. As a guide, you usually have 4 to 6. 7-year-old thinking.
30.
Look, that's 70% off. It's progress. Jon Stewart's show will no longer be shooting its upcoming 3rd season after disagreements with Apple about his planned episodes on China and AI. Apple approached Jon and said that his views needed to align with the company to move forward, so he quit. Wow, let that be just some grade A slap in the face evidence that companies are not at all caring about your own, I guess, security and privacy and safety, as long as they can get the money. How fun.
Guess you all better come over to Samsung then, where you...
Yeah, you're not safer. So this happened at an old job. I told the bosses they couldn't deactivate the accounts of laid off people, but they did. We lost almost every single document we had that organized our content, training, and editorial plans. Learning this, the bosses said,
Well, how do you get it back?
us. You don't! We told you! When your bosses act like that towards things that as an employee is common sense for you, that's evidence you need to leave. The fact your superiors understand less than you, either you slap that in the face being like, this is evidence you need to pay me much more to basically babysit you, or you start quiet quitting and second job hunting.
I have a thing to say. Movie trailers shouldn't be allowed to show scenes that aren't in the actual movie.
You know what, that is an interesting point, because in a way it is false advertising. Though I guess it depends on how intentional the false advertising was. There's a difference between advertising falsely and deciding to cut that scene afterwards because you ended up not being able to edit that scene properly in time for the release. I immediately think of Avengers Infinity War, where the trailers showed scenes of characters that clearly didn't end up being in the whole movie at all, like the Hulk. But also, in that defense, that was kind of intentional for the case of just trying to keep everyone on their toes, to not make it too obvious what was going to happen in the movie. After all, the trailer's merely meant to be an advertisement to entice you. It's not meant to structure it out for you, being like, this is the start, this is the main character, this is how it ends. I am absolutely no cinema snob at all, though, so if you are more educated in this thing, feel free to just smother my face with corrections in the comments. I can take it. I'm a good little boy. I love the difference between dog and cat rescue stories. Dog owners will be like, oh, I prepped for months and applied and had a home check, then did a foster to adopt trial period, and then the rescue chose me. And cat owners are like, I found him in the trash. Trash baby, so cute and ugly. Quoting Adam Kinzinger, the consequences of Donald Trump's victory are so dire that I think you have to hold your nose and vote for somebody maybe you don't like. We can survive 4 more years of Joe Biden. I'm not sure we can survive 4 years of Donald Trump. But guys, he was gonna build a wall to stop all the immigrants and drugs. You know, those 2 things that statistically travel far more by sky than by land. Yeah, he was going to attack on Titan that Schmidt in the bud. We just bought our first house at the age of 17 and 16. So proud of how hard we worked these last few years to get it all off. No, it's fine, guys. Their parents only paid for like 60% of the mortgage. They still put at least $10,000 towards the $200,000 mortgage. Let's check out a more realistic 17-year-old rite of passage. One time when I was 17, my card got declined on a McFlurry. Yeah, that's a real life. I get the point of the phrase, hurt people, but I just hear a command twice. Son, understand that hurt people hurt people.
Yes, Father, I shall beat them up twice.
Oh, no, wait.